How's it going, everybody? I am Preston Johnson. Welcome to Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV.
As a general philosophy.
That's exactly right. You're a fish.
Qwan, by the way, my producer, Qwan Young, doing a good job. He'll be taking the calls. How you doing today, bud?
Hey, man, how are you?
We appreciate you guys tuning in. Welcome to the show, Bets TV, bringing you Last Word Cheetah. What's up, everybody? It is Thursday here in the Bets TV studios. This is Last Word Cheetah. I am your host, Preston Johnson. Thank you for tuning in. Here with my co-host, Qwan Young. He's producing. He's answering the calls. We do take your calls throughout the show, 661-515-BETS. We talk about the bets you're looking at betting today, for the weekend, whatever it may be. We track them over the course of the month, and we give away cash at the end of the month. Speaking of someone who actually donated to the prize pool, Patrick, I believe, just called in. He's on hold. We will get to the calls in a second. When you get a chance, Qwan, put up the brand new leaderboard, because this week it's coming down the stretch. October's almost over. I believe we have at least $790 in the prize pool. Maybe there will be more by the time the next 2 days end. I'm not sure if there'll be any side bets. I'm probably going to have something on your under-9 flag football game against the girls team. So we'll see what that line ends up being and what happens Friday. But we had Tom Davis hit a 12-1 golfer over last weekend. Then Ty hits DK Metcalf first TD. He jumps up with 10-1. And then Joey last night hits a 4-1 shot. It's been pretty crazy. I mean, we haven't had something like this where everyone's hitting these huge underdogs. And so we had a little race down the stretch.
I like it. Drama.
Been good. You also like, apparently, the gym class heroes. I saw you tweeting about that as I was headed up.
I mean, it's first of all, it's Patrick Stump on the course. You can't lose with that. That's a Fallout Boy.
You know. Right, yeah, so here's the thing with gym class heroes. They actually kind of got their start on Warped Tour. They played with a lot of the pop punk bands and stuff on Warped Tour, and I saw them live, and they were sick. And I don't like hip-hop typically, but the reason I dug them, one, they play actual instruments.
Yeah.
It's not just like some beat on like a synthesizer or whatever. The drummer's playing a real drum set, actual guitars, a little more like reggae vibe to it. But then they also have vocal parts that are great too, like the take a look at my girlfriend. That one you were singing there. Yeah, that might have been loud.
Oh, man, that's the preview clip for today.
Yeah, just clip that, put it on repeat a few times. But I actually dug Gym Class for like, I don't know, 5 years or so, their first 2 or 3 albums, and I faded. I had like forgotten about them.
Yeah.
So I responded. I was like, oh, wow. Like, I forgot about these guys.
Like, I forgot what I was listening to before it, but then, like, Travis just popped in my head. So I was like, oh, let me listen to Jim.
Yeah, that's a good pull. I will say, by the way, kind of changing the subject back to the leaderboard. A lot of you have action on this Bermuda Open, if it's even called that, Bermuda Championship. No one that was picked is even remotely, after the rounds today, close. But it's also early. Ooh, Patrick Reed just birdied. Jumps into, he's 4th now instead of 11th. Bunch of ties in there, but it's early. Someone picked Patrick Reed. Was it Tom Davis? Of course he's going to somehow get Patrick Reed. After everyone else jumps him, after we thought he was going to steal, he just never loses.
He's got insane. 2 players. I forgot the other one, but Patrick Reed he took yesterday, and then the day before he took Matt Fitzpatrick.
Matt Fitzpatrick was the favorite going in. Few people liked him. He was even after his round. It's over. There's some that are still going. Did someone go with Danny Willett?
Yeah.
He was +2. Yeah, he's still +2, it looks like. A few more holes left.
Mike.
We'll track it. We'll follow it throughout, because ultimately the prize pool might come down to if someone hits the Bermuda, and everyone on Last Word Cheetah is going to be sweating this.
Mike from New Jersey picked Danny Willett. He just called.
Okay. All right, we can start taking the calls, by the way. Who was first? You lost another bet on that.
Yeah, Jim from Philly's up first.
Okay. What's up, Jim? How are you doing?
Good. I figured in the spirit of underdog week, I'd call first to be the long shot today.
Ooh, okay. What are we going with?
I got a prop I'm looking at tonight. Aaron Jones now. I did some research. Obviously, they have some cluster injuries at receiver. 6 games, Aaron Jones without Devontae Adams. 6.5 targets, 57.5 receiving yards in those games. 10 total touchdowns. I'm also a big fan of Matt LaFleur. I think he's good at scheming his guys open. So I'm really looking at Aaron Jones getting a lot of receiving volume tonight. Now on FanDuel, I figured I'd take a shot here on FanDuel. 57.5 would actually give him the second highest receiving odds of all the players in this game. But Aaron Jones is plus 700 to lead the game in receiving, which would give him, I think it's like fifth or sixth worst in the game. So they have Aaron Jones to lead the game in receiving at plus 700. I'm going to take that.
I'm in. Let's do it. By the way, I know a lot of people have brought up I think the 6 games without Davante Adams, the Packers are actually 6-0. I think they played horrible teams, and like half of them were missing their starting quarterback or something. So we got to take that for a grain of salt a little bit. But you're right. If Arizona's out to a lead, they're checking down more frequently, going to Aaron Jones. I don't hate that one. 7-1. What's Jim at on the leaderboard, Qwan? Do you remember?
Not even close.
Okay, so if you hit this one, then you can go big on the weekend with something, and maybe you have a chance. But this would pull you back into hopefully positive territory.
Yeah, I was just thinking it was more. I was just going to take his receiving prop, but just because everybody's taking big shots this week, I kind of went with it. He had one game without Adams, 7 catches, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, all receiving. So, you never know. After Kamara's performance Monday, it looks like it could be possible.
Stranger things have happened, Jim. We'll lock you in 7-1. I'll be watching tonight. Good luck, man.
All right. Good luck to everybody this week.
See ya. Who's up? Is it Patrick now?
Yep.
What's up, Patrick? How are you doing?
Hey, what's up, Preston? Hey, you know what? You can't mention Patrick Stump without giving me my 2 cents on this. Fall Out Boy, Take This to Your Grave is a top 5 pop punk album. Love it. Don't like the new Fall Out Boy so much, but I love me some old Fall Out Boy.
So I'm not sure if Qwan listened to that era Fall Out Boy, or if
the cork trees.
That's when everyone got into Fall Out Boy. But if you actually know what you're doing, you were in a little bit earlier than that. You should check out the album before that one.
With Grand Theft Auto.
Is it on Grand Theft Auto?
The songs on there.
Okay, then probably.
Yeah, I started to listen to it last week, and
really,
yeah, like I listened to that, and then I started to get into the first couple of songs, and I think I got preoccupied.
Look, Patrick Stump's a genius. Like, he writes pop songs now for like everyone, and they're all the hits. Like, he just had it. But back in 2002, 2003, right before they broke out, listen to the album. Listen through it. You'll enjoy it. Quan's into it, so good shout out for him. Thanks, Patrick. What are you going to be locking in for your bet today?
You know what? Let's take all the drama out of this. I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers at plus 4,900 to score the first touchdown. So everybody
let's take all the drama out.
Tournament, whatever. Yeah. So Aaron Rodgers, you know what? He got in last week. He was yelling at the crowd. I think that motivates him to get in again. So I don't know what he's going to yell in Arizona, but I think.
Oh wow, FanDuel just pulled it.
Oh my God, that would be the third day. Please tell me you're not joking.
No, I'm just joking now.
No, I see it at FanDuel. And there's a huge discrepancy.
You have 28-1 at DK.
DraftKings has 28. FanDuel, it's 49. The discrepancy is not that large.
The 28 looks like someone actually bet that, and they had to move it down. The 49 looks like no one's touched it. That's the only difference, I think.
Well, I'm going to touch it.
Yeah, you are. You're definitely going to touch it, Patrick. We'll see. Aaron Rodgers, weirder things have happened. First TD. I like it. You're going to win this thing if this hits. By the way, Patrick, thanks for the call. I'll let you go. You can hang up. Oh. Last night, Memphis game against Portland, we ended up being so right about the Blazers, despite them trailing at halftime, that Memphis totally pulls Ja Morant out of the game with, was it 6-something left? Because it was a blowout at that point, 28, 26-point game. Ja was 1 rebound short of a triple-double, and Sarab had him at 32-1 to record a triple-double. He doesn't return to the game. He lands at 9 rebounds.
And he had the Russell Westbrook triple-double called, and they didn't have a price for it.
Oh, right. You're right. He was going to go with that one first. Where's he at on the leaderboard? Here's the thing. The Russ one wouldn't have been plus money, if anything, like a coin flip. So he'd be at like plus 6 something, like maybe 7. But like the Russ, if it was offered at any point, Russell was like probably a favorite to get a triple double without LeBron on the floor in the game. But the 32-1, I mean, he's sitting plus 37 and probably shipping this month. He gets 1 rebound for sure, like a high frequency if he plays the last 6.5 minutes. But somehow they went from up 8 at half to down 28 mid-4th, and that was that. I did notice something, and then we'll get to the next caller. Just nerdy me. I was sweating this Portland game watching it. It was the ESPN game anyway, and I know everyone had Portland on Who Wants to Be a Betting Extraordinaire. I gave it out on VSiN and on the Action Network Heat Check show that I did with my friends there, and they gave up. If you watch the first half, no one's going to actually go back and watch, but Portland gave up 31 3-point attempts in one half. That's over 1 a minute. I swear half of them were just like wide open, like they weren't even trying. They played a zone 2-3 for a while, and the two guys would go to like the same wing, and they'd just swing it back, and someone would just be standing up top for 3 wide open. And I made a mention of it at halftime because I was curious. I knew the Rockets had the record for the most 3-point attempts in a game, but I also knew it went into overtime, and it was 70, so I was curious about the other options. Number 2 was the Rockets. They shot 68 threes in a game once. That also went into overtime. And then number 3 was the Rockets shooting 63. Non-overtime game, that was the record. And Memphis shot 31 at half. They were on pace for 62, right on there. Portland comes out third quarter, doesn't let them shoot any threes. They only let them shoot 5 of them. And Portland won the quarter by 16. Like, it was that simple. Just don't let them shoot wide-ass open threes. And it solved it anyways.
Defense right there.
It's not hard. Just guard them at the 3-point line. It was insane watching that first half. I couldn't get over it. And Dame was actually pretty cold again. He didn't even have his game, but everyone else was on pretty good. Anyway, who's up next?
We got quick chat. Fran wants Zach Ertz first TD at 16-1. He says,
okay,
on his pick, show off your new and shiny toy in front of a national audience.
They might try. It's possible. 16-1. Okay. Yep, that's good.
And we got Hunter in Houston is up.
What's up, Hunter? How are you doing?
Not too bad, brother. How about yourself?
We're good. We're good. Getting ready for the weekend. We got football tonight, college and pro. Doing well. What do you want to lock in for your bet today?
Sir. Give me Christian Kirk first touchdown score.
Everyone's going to get covered in this game tonight. Someone's going to hit. All right, I see 15-1 at one spot. Let me go ahead and pull up FanDuel on my computer real quick. It's faster. Give me 1 second. Did you look at any other price, Hunter, by chance?
The one I had was 14-1. So if you can give me 15-1, it's even better.
All right. I'm going to give you one more chance. One more out. I just got to look real quick. Player props, first TD. Yep, 15-1's the best price. We'll give you that. Christian Kirk, 15-1.
Cool. Sounds good.
We'll lock it in. Take it easy, man.
All right, man. You too.
I would love for that to hit, just so there could just be absolute chaos.
Do you know where Hunter's at? He's probably around break even.
Even.
Yeah, I was going to say, so this would probably put him into the lead or at least right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15-1's a good range to pick one in.
We got Nick in Iowa.
All right, Nick, what's going on, man? How are you doing?
Hey, we're doing all right, Preston. Yeah, I was going to say this community is kind of cracked right now with the way they're hitting these long shots. So I guess I got to keep going to the well on a couple of these money lines.
Worth a shot.
But yeah, I just got to do it. I mean, if you're not first, you're last. So,
there you go.
Anyways, we'll go. I play this at plus 17, and I mean, we'll just take a shot at this because it's moved down a little bit. But I'll take Vanderbilt Moneyline against Missouri.
I kind of like that one, too. I think they also went down the wire last year, if I recall, back and forth. If there's a defense in the SEC that Vandy could – I see this one. I see the light. It's possible. I also think the number in a vacuum is probably about right, but, yeah.
Yeah, the best number I see, at least that I have access to, is plus 590. I don't know what you see, but because it's FanDuel. FanDuel's really weird. Has like high money lines on dogs this week.
You can get 6-1 in Vegas a few spots, so we'll give you a flat 6-1.
All right, perfect.
Let me ask you about something real quick.
Yeah, sure, please.
I know the weather in the Troy Coastal Carolina game tonight is 12 to 18 mile per hour winds, maybe gusts a little higher, chance of rain.
Sure.
This total just keeps going down. I don't understand it. Do you have any thoughts on the total?
That's not a. Oh yeah, actually you're right. Honestly, that game was pretty much like spot on to me line wise in the beginning, and I honestly just looked away like earlier in the week. I didn't even really look back that much.
Now 49.5.
Oh boy.
Dig into the weather situation, but I think I'm gonna have to end up playing that. Sadly, just despite the weather, I still think it should be like 53, even with the weather. Without, if it was a clear day, I'm even higher than that.
Wow, is that 49.5 at DraftKings? Jesus. All right, yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, that is low for this. I know Coastal plays slow, but they should still be pretty damn efficient.
Yeah, it's not like Troy's getting stops.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think. I mean, I certainly lean your way. I'll have to dig into it more, but yeah, from a weather, even if the wind's up like 50 mile an hour, yeah, I can only play over. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just been taking a look as I watch that. 51, I would have just passed, but it got pushed down even lower today, so it'll be ugly, but got to do it. All right, man. We'll talk to you later on. Good luck tonight.
Yep, sounds good. Yep.
See ya. Who's up next, Qwan? Who do we got?
We got Mike in New Jersey.
What's up, Mike? Welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
Good. How about that Bermuda Championship?
I mean, I'm looking at the leaderboard. Did you take 2 golfers in it or just Fitzpatrick?
I have Mito Pereira and Danny Willett.
Okay.
Mito is even, and
you
Willett,
need him to be top 5?
No, I need to win.
He was a winner too. Okay, I don't remember that price.
Yeah. So Mito was
plus
22 to 1.
Okay.
And then Willett was 40 to 1.
All you need is Mito to birdie a couple here down the stretch. He's got a few holes left, but yeah, this will be a fun sweat. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So it's pretty unlucky the people that went out early this morning. So like the Matt Fitzpatrick group and everyone, the course is playing 3 strokes easier in the afternoon because the wind has let up a little bit. It was really windy this morning. They actually stopped at one point because the winds were like between the wind and the rain, it got out of hand.
Yeah.
But the wind has died down a little bit, but if you turn it on, it's really gusting. Like it's like 20 mile per hour winds. So
it's tough.
It's gonna be a crazy weekend there. Everyone should be in it for a while.
Who do you want to lock up for your bet today?
I am going to go to the big dog, Mercedes Lewis, 40 to 1, first touchdown.
Okay, I'm going to make sure there isn't a better price. Yep, 40 to 1 is the best out of the 2 I just glanced at. So, I mean, to be honest, sometimes I forget he's still in the league. But he is. What? I'm looking up his game log real quick. I mean, they brought in Ertz, right? So the question is, like, how do they?
No, he's on the Packers.
He's a Packers, yeah. Oh wait, didn't someone else just a bit ago say who was it? They called in and said Ertz is going to get first TD.
Fran.
I thought he's in the chat. I thought he said Ertz was on the Packers.
No,
but it was Arizona that brought him in.
Yeah.
I don't see any TDs from Mercedes Lewis. Maybe that's why he's 40 to 1.
Not this year.
Yeah, he's got 9 receptions, 108 yards.
Yeah, so last year I think he had 3 TDs, and this year he's been active. I expect him to be a little bit more active, obviously with all the receivers they have out. But Aaron said on the Pat McAfee show, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, that he's like the team's like energy, and that they have a lot of scripted plays for him, and they were upset. I think he had a big play in the Chicago game 2 weeks ago, but it got called back due to penalty, and they were all like super upset about that because he's just like the team guy they go around. So hopefully he gets a couple more looks. He's more of a red zone target as a big body. So
that's not a bad angle. Plus, if Aaron Rodgers said it in an interview, a little birdie told him that he might be in line to get the first TD. I'm just looking at, he's been playing. I know Jacksonville had him, and then he went to Green Bay. Like 2006, it just feels like he's been in the league forever. For a tight end, at least, it's been quite the career. We'll lock you in, man. 40 to 1. Good luck tonight.
Sounds good. Danny Willett just hit one more in the water, so that's great.
Yeah, enjoy that.
Right.
Real quick, catching up on chats. We got Tom Davis, Aaron Jones, first touchdown, didn't give a price.
He doesn't care. I'll give him minus 500.
And then Paul, he wants Randall Cobb, first touchdown. He says plus 14. We got Carlos.
Yeah. Aaron Jones, by the way, I'm not going to actually give him minus 500. Plus 650 for Tom Davis. 6.5 to 1. That's crazy. He's taking a huge shot there. Not necessary, but he also sees these guys that are firing 49 to 1s, 40 to 1s. Makes sense, I guess. Who's up
There's
next?
a lot covered in this. Like Robert Tonyan, Mercedes Lewis.
Aaron Jones, but then we also have
Ertz.
Who,
Somebody's going to get ahead. Rondell Moore.
There was one more. Oh, it was Christian Kirk.
Rondell Moore
there was
Arizona.
Two from yesterday, right? Didn't Patrick do that?
Yep.
And then Aaron Rodgers to rush one, who, by the way, that went down even more. Someone else hit it at DraftKings. It was 28 to 1, wasn't it? Oh, I'm looking at Amari Rodgers. Never mind. It is still 28 to 1 there.
You got Carlos.
Carlos, what's up, man? What's your first TD pick for tonight? I'm guessing that's what you're going with.
So, a little birdie. No, I'm joking. The birdie. Listen, Tom Davis, come on, man. That's smart. That's bad. I like Tom. That's my guy. We don't need to be firing off those crazy bets. But I want to know, what number do you have for Aaron Rodgers 2+ touchdowns? I'm going with Patrick.
Lord.
Let's go, Patrick.
So you want Aaron Rodgers to score 2 TDs or more?
Correct.
It's got to be really high. Hold on. Geez, they don't even list them. No, they do. Wow, that seems like a horrible price. DraftKings is 22 to 1. FanDuel?
I will take it.
No, you won't.
Okay.
Here, I told you it was awful. It's 100 to 1 at FanDuel.
Really?
That's a horrible price. 22 to 1. Carlos, I will take it. Take the 100 to 1. Don't.
Yeah, let's take the 100 to 1 Preston.
I will
You guys cracked me
Carlos
up, man.
just happy to be here, man. I love it.
Oh, man. I'm just double checking, but someone must have bet this too. The same person that bet him to hit first TD. It's 22 to 1 to score 2 TDs at DK, 100 to 1 at FanDuel. Take the 100 to 1, Carlos.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll probably win.
We will take the 100 to 1.
All right. We're going to lock you in. Good luck tonight.
All right, brother. Take care.
Wow, what a horrible price. 22 to 1. I will take it.
We got Sarb.
Only Carlos, man.
We got
so
Sarb.
What's up, Sarb? Hey, take 30 seconds and vent about last night. That was insane. I couldn't believe that.
Nah, your pick was too good, man. The blowout. I watched that whole game. If they hadn't put Morant on Lillard for a little bit in spaces, I think he would have got it. Because whenever he was covering Little, he was just playing off,
and he was
picking
up the rebounds.
Or he was right in position. So, and then right when he got that 9th rebound, they called a foul. They were down 25, and he didn't even get a chance. So, whatever. It's a free roll. So,
yeah, you were close though. You were on the right track at least. Dang. Yeah. What are you looking at for tonight then?
Do you have a James Conner first touchdown?
Let's see. 8 to 1 at DK. Let me just see over here. Yeah, 8 to 1 both spots.
Yeah, I'll take it. That'll get me in the loop.
I don't hate it. Look, I mean, I know they throw quite a bit, but you get him first TD. Looking at 5 plus 8. Yeah, you'll be basically one behind Joey if he just sits back and doesn't do anything. But, they get inside the 5. Arizona can run it in, or he can catch a pass still, too. So, anyway, I like it. I think that's about a good range to be in, 8 to 1. No one else has him yet either. We'll lock it in, man. 8 to 1. Good luck.
Thanks, Preston. Have a good one.
Yep. I like that one. It was thought through.
Playing is smart.
Yeah.
Don't need 32 to 1 or anything like that.
100 to 1.
Yeah. We got Big B's up.
What's up, Vic B? How are you doing today?
Not much, man. In the warehouse right now still.
All righty. You've been thinking through bets in the warehouse?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. What can I get Chase Edmonds to score the first touchdown?
14 to 1.
Right. That'll put me up there. That's what I want to do.
All right. Easy as that. Chase Edmonds,
All right.
14-1.
All right,
man.
thank
Good
you,
luck. See ya.
You're
Here's-
pretty close.
Here's the thing, Qwan, with whoever actually gets this first studio, I'm trying to think of who isn't. I guess no one's picked DeAndre Hopkins yet.
Yeah, that would be.
He's 8-1.
AJ Green is AJ Green
like a defensive touchdown. AJ Dillon, and no one's done AJ Green. Like there's only a few left.
Yeah.
But like we're at the point now where
Kyler Murray.
The favorite that one of these hits where Joey might actually have to make a play today. I don't think he can just sit on his butt and wait. So
or Ty. Ty needs to make a play. Yeah.
You thought he was going to call in first. That was your bet today.
Yeah.
No dice. Who's up next?
We're clear. We got some.
We're good. All right. It feels like it's Friday, but it's not even Friday. Let me see if Pikachu wants to come in at 1:30.
Don't forget, guys, like and subscribe on YouTube. Friends in the chat lobbying for us. That's an easy $50. I mean, we got 22 across. If you're on Twitter watching, go ahead and just click on the YouTube link. Hit the like button. If you want to, if we get 50 retweets, I'll throw another $50 in the prize pool.
I'm trying to figure out why Pikachu said he can call in now. Sweet. Tail ends with Pikachu. He'll call in a bit.
Yeah, Brian.
It's fine. We'll take Brian.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out why I thought Ertz was on the Packers in my head subconsciously when we were going through those quick. But we have one. Yeah, so Brian, you're on, bud. Sorry about that. I'm just talking to myself. What's up? How are you doing?
Hey, Preston. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing great. I'm guessing we're going to the Pats?
No, I'm going to save that for tomorrow. Well,
Okay.
depending where I'm at. After that, I think I'm like 10 units back. I'm wondering what you have for first touchdown price on Randall Cobb.
Did someone just take that one? Quan?
Plus 1,400.
Someone did take it. I'm not sure if that matters to you or not, but he's 14-1.
I think I'm ahead of that person, so
Yes.
I will still take it.
Quan says yes. So then you would still be ahead. You'd probably jump into first.
Be the leader.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Hopefully I get that, and I can go Patriots Moneyline tomorrow.
Take the free W. Actually, no. They're playing the Chargers. Although that line just moved down, I saw right before the show started. I'm not sure if there was news on the Chargers side, but some Pats money came in. Yeah, we'll lock you in 14-1, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
As the Patriots Chargers just scrolls across the screen.
They traded for cornerback Tay Gowan and a 2022 fifth rounder. That was the exact trade. I just forgot it. Sometimes it happens. But who is it that I guess I just thought Ertz kind of is like Tanyan. It's like the same kind of tight end or something, and I just like mixed them up. And then I was thinking about Mercedes Lewis, and I was like, Tanyan is Ertz. Ertz is Tanyan. That's what my head thought. I think he said he's setting up his stuff, but he should be calling in a minute or two.
We face each other in fantasy football this week.
Do we?
Yeah, I know you probably.
I actually forgot to put my lineup in last week, and I finally lost. So let me 162 bowling balls buried in the yard. That was the only beginning. That's the front article title of ESPN.com. Guy finds 162 bowling balls buried. Guess that's going into the tab of read it eventually. That's crazy.
Probably, Fran says you were probably thinking of Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, maybe that was my thinking too. I could have been. You're right. We are playing each other. Yeah, last week I had 4 buys. That's what it was. The week before I forgot to set my lineup. So I've lost 2 weeks in a row after like a 4-0 start or 4-1 start. So I am now only in third. But thanks for the reminder. I don't think I have anyone playing tonight. I do need to get a new kicker, and I need someone to play for Lamar because they have a bye week.
My quarterback.
So your quarterback's on bye too?
My quarterback situation is terrible. I got Heineke, Mac Jones, and Baker.
Yeah, that's rough. Although, you want to know what my quarterback situation is against you this week?
Screaming.
Geno, Ben, Jared Goff, Jimmy G, Mike White.
I like my chances there.
Yeah. So you might be in okay shape. Although Geno against Jacksonville, never know.
Are they on the road?
I'm pretty sure they're at home. It doesn't really matter. It's Jacksonville. But Geno is projected to be the highest. I'm going to have to put him in. Unreal. No ads allowed until ineligible DL IR spot is adjusted. Guess I have someone ineligible on my IR. Did Pikachu call in yet?
Not yet.
He's trying to figure out what voice he's going to roll with today.
I hope it's not the high pitched.
Take a look at my girlfriend.
We got I put, if you guys are in the Discord, I put all of the scores for the Wildcats in there. So tomorrow, I'm assuming.
Oh, I saw those. I didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah, so I'm assuming tomorrow we get a line on the 9U playoffs. I might have missed 1 week. I forgot we had a doubleheader week 1. But we had a good day of practice yesterday.
I'm looking at these. Play. Really?
I put in
So here's the thing about a trick play, adding it. For one, it shows weakness. You're afraid. That's why you're adding a trick play this week. 2, if it goes wrong, it could go very wrong as opposed to like just an incomplete pass or something.
Is that the DVO? What part of betting is that? Not DVOA.
DVOA is not betting, yeah.
What part is that? Would that be variance?
No.
No.
It's a high variance play when it's a trick play, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. Yeah, like maybe you're scoring more often, but you're also turning it over more frequently. So it's
there you go.
It's like risky is what the word is, really.
Last game of the year.
And why would you take risks? Why would you take risks if you weren't afraid of your opponent?
We're the 6th seed, actually. I didn't know that.
Are you the Wildcats?
Yes.
So the scores are 21-0. And then who are they?
The Tigers.
They're the Tigers.
I made a clarification.
Ooh, they got shut out by the Beavers, 28-0.
It's all college team names.
Yeah, you should win this. I'm going to make the line 6.5, so it comes down to the extra point, basically. But you should win by a TD plus an extra point. You guys should win this.
You've never been confident in me. That kind of scares me. I think I need to throw in some more plays before.
No, you're going to confuse the 9-year-olds. It's the exact opposite of what you should do. Did you say that he called in?
Yeah, he's ready.
All right. What's up, man? How are you doing today?
Hey, this is Hunter B.
Oh, it's Hunter B.
I know there's a lot of Hunters on the show. Yeah,
it's all good.
My first time calling.
It's your first time calling?
Yeah, I'm going to enter the, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Qwan said it was someone else. That's why the name came up different on his system. It's all good, man. Welcome to the show. What do you want to throw at us?
I'm going to enter the first touchdown lottery, I guess.
Might as well, yeah.
Might as well. A.J. Dillon. I don't have the price I saw was 20-1, but there's probably a better price.
I looked at 2 quick just now. 20-1 is the best I see out of those. So we've just been rolling between those 2 books. But yeah, if it's his first time calling, that immediately puts you in first with only 1 more day left tomorrow. So yeah, you might as well. It's a little free roll. Good luck, man. We'll watch the game tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thanks.
See ya.
All right, appreciate it.
That was surprising.
Qwan, you thought it was Pikachu because it was a number you didn't recognize?
Yeah.
Oh. Pikachu's number populates.
No.
It's different every time?
And not every time, but there are times it comes up.
Got it. So that's what threw you off.
I want to bet, Fran says in the chat, I want to bet on your safety to record an interception, the one you moved up to linebacker from safety, plus 500.
Why'd you do that again?
Because we're getting a lot of reverse action, and the guys and gals I have up front, they over pursue.
Over commit, yeah.
So I need to put my fast guys to just go forward and pull the flag. See? Adjustments, man. That's why I didn't adjust earlier.
Confusion.
I was afraid of the deep ball when not a lot of these kids can throw the deep ball. So there was one team we played, they were like Peyton Manning when we went to Denver the first year. It's like, holy cow. I told you, they lined up and there was a shotgun snap. And I was really surprised because I can barely get my quarterback to get close enough to the center for him to receive the snap. Like, it's like if the center's here, he's like 2.5 steps back and he reaches under like he's delivering a baby.
Just throw it out there.
Yeah.
So what are you guys running right now? Shotgun?
No.
You saw the other teams doing it. It just threw you off. But you haven't added it or
They're
anything.
like the only ones. I think they've been playing together for a while, so they're like the only team that.
You're making excuses is what you're saying.
No, well, I wouldn't try it. It's nothing that I can teach now, and it's not. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I know we're just trying to kill time until Pikachu calls in, but I will say it is interesting. This day and age, you mostly see shotgun or spread of some sort. I'm surprised they haven't brought it in earlier. I mean, they have, but most teams, like, you just run shotgun so much more frequently now. Imagine kids are going to start learning it 9, 10, 8. It seems like about the right age, I guess, to start implementing it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, if you got a bunch of kids you've been coaching for a few years, I would absolutely try it. But once the ball hits the ground, it's a dead play, so I can't waste downs. We got Pikachu's here.
He is. Is it officially him?
Officially Pikachu.
Okay, it's not the fake one?
Yeah.
All right, well, we got tail ends today. We do it every week. I believe, Pikachu, I don't want to be incorrect, but I'm going to give you a shout-out. I believe you went 2-1 last week, so let's try to duplicate that. That's good enough. You got 3 more today. Am I right on that? Do you remember if you went 2-1?
I do remember it. I went 1-2, but if you want to say 2-1, I'll take it.
Yeah, let's just say 2-1. We'll cut that out for the podcast.
The UAB Vice really punched me in the dick.
Oh, that's what it was. I actually thought you were going to win one of them, and that's probably why I remember 2-1 and that it didn't actually happen. That was it.
Nope.
This one is fantastic. You don't get totals mid-30s very often. We got a 36.5. There's some 37s as well. Iowa, Wisconsin. As ugly of a game you will see this year. Tell us why you still like under at that number.
Yeah, so the market hasn't moved on this, and it's like you're saying, Preston, it's not exactly a number you really see that often ever. I mean, as slow and rock fights as Iowa and Wisconsin have played, I'm looking at the weekly totals here. I mean, 42, 41 was the lowest Iowa got. Wisconsin got down to 37 with that game against Army. So 36.5, I can understand the market's reticence and sort of hating it, but again, this is what the segment is for. This will be an ugly, defense first, top 10 defense on both sides of the ball. And I think what I'm really looking at is, we talked about this on the show before too, I'm done with Graham Mertz and his BS. If this O-line doesn't really fix what they're going to do, I think Wisconsin's going to have a real hard time putting points up. I remember watching the Wisconsin-Michigan game, and Graham Mertz was getting his ass. Somebody was giving him pressure basically 10 seconds, basically like 2 or 3 seconds off the ball. And there's a grand total of a few passes where he wasn't really under pressure. I don't think they're going to get anywhere at all with this Iowa DL. It's a DL that was able to hold Kent State and air raid offense down to 7 points and only high 30s success rate. It's a defense that was able to put Penn State under wraps. You go on, and the resume for Iowa's defense this year and their defensive line and their secondary is just so strong that I also struggle to see why Wisconsin is giving 3.5 points. I don't really care that they're at home. This entire game is kind of fishy and kind of smelly, but under here, I like mostly for that reason. I don't really have a strong take on Iowa's offense otherwise, but Wisconsin's D is also pretty real. So 36, 37, I'm not going to be like, I made this game in the 33s, so then that's the reason we're going to take it. But if we're only going to see very few possessions on both, and we're just going to see both teams, we're going to flip on the TV and see both teams just run, and then maybe Graham Mertz tries to pass and he gets sacked a few times. I think this will, like you said, be a very, very ugly game. So I lean the under. Not going to make it into like a super big play or sell anybody off on, shoving it all in on the under 37 in week 9 of college football. But I do think it holds some value.
So I actually agree here. And I generally have been like, no, Wisconsin's going to figure it out. Like, they just never figured it out. So your main points on the offensive line, Mertz, anything like, it's just garbage. Man. I think I chased Wisconsin to like one cover, like 3 weeks straight. So I went 1-2 backing Wisconsin. And I was like, all right, that's as good as I'm going to get this year. So I actually agree with you to some degree. And it's interesting looking at it from like, no one's actually out there saying my projection on average is 32 or 33. That would just be wrong. Look, Circa opened this 36.5 at 11 a.m. on Sunday, and it's literally the same number the entire week. Like, I think most people think it's fair, but if you're looking at some matchup stuff, I think the only way you could look is under, even at this number. So, yeah, we'll start with that one. Next, let's go to your next total, Rutgers, Illinois. Another low one, sitting 42. Let me double check. Yeah, 42, some 41.5, but plenty of 42. What do you like about this matchup?
This one I actually like. I actually make this 40.5. So if you can get 40, what is it now? It's 42.
Yeah, you're good. There's 141.5.
42, maybe 42.5. Right. Yeah. So I make this 40/40.5. And the real reason here why I like it so much is just Brett Bielema football is back in full swing. I mean, say what you want about the guy, his consistency and his coaching records at Wisconsin and prior and whatever. Say what you want about the guy. But he coaches some of the most brutal 8.5-minute field goal drives that you'll see in the game. I was able to catch some of that. It really didn't hit me until, I caught some of the Penn State game where they were in the lead early. They were able to take control, and you just look at the guy, and he has the QB, and he has everybody else just waiting until the play clock runs all the way down before they even call the play. I mean, he'll grind off 30 seconds, doing nothing, just with huddles and just waiting for his next run play, and then he'll run the ball too, which is really funny. So that's my real big buy point here is just knowing his style. And if he's able to get ahead in this game, which I do think he'll be able to, it's going to be the same exact game script. It's not going to be as bad as as they were against Wisconsin, where I think Illinois only ran 46 plays because they just couldn't get anything going. When he's ahead, like he was against Charlotte, like he was against Nebraska early in the year, the clock will just be ground down. On the opposite side of the ball, this Rutgers team, we had a little bit of fun with them. They blew out Temple early. They caught up with Michigan in week 4, but man, dropping 31 to Michigan State, dropping 21 to Northwestern, getting low success rates in the 30s against Michigan State and Northwestern in the last 2 weeks before they had a bye week off. There's no excuse for doing that. I mean, this is absolutely no excuse. You cannot give up 400 yards to Northwestern and only put up, very, very low numbers there. So I'm really down on this Rutgers offense. I feel like the priors and the, early season hype that we had, it's a great narrative. It's a great story, but their O-line, their running game, and their pass game are solid. They're all in the 90s, almost even touching 100 here. I don't think Rutgers will be able to get much off. And following that, the game script, if Bielema's up, he will grind your ass down, and there will just be no clock to run. So we're looking at something like 21-18 here. 21-15, 21-14. I think it easily goes under 42, 41.5.
Last one, it bit you, Western Kentucky. I believe. Wait, no, did you play over and everyone else was on over? I apologize. It didn't even get anywhere close.
Yeah.
Okay. It got to 78 even on game day. You're firing back. You don't care. Hilltoppers it is, points. Going with it?
Yeah, it's not so much I don't care. And it's not so much that, going off your point last week, it's not like I'm saying the market has not caught up to Western Kentucky overs, because they definitely have. I mean, look at the damn number. It's 72, 73. Peaked at 78 last week. That was kind of dumb with FIU's offense going. But again, game script and score effect have a huge impact on these totals. And like we said, there's not a lot of room for error when you're up in the 78 range. And when FIU goes up 6-0 in the first half, we have a bad game script on our hands. And I think that's what happened last week. We talked about Duke Charlotte before. We talked about Charlotte's defense. I don't think they have much of a defense at all. They also played FIU back in week 6, 46% success rate on offense, gave up 33, won 45-33. That's the kind of deal that I would expect going off of here. Western Kentucky's defense, I don't see anything in the FIU game that would convince me their defense doesn't suck. In fact, you would think the opposite. That game went under because Western Kentucky was so bad on offense, but then FIU had good coaching and was able to take control of the game, and then everything slowed down. The offense, the pass game for the Hilltoppers brought them back in the second half, but just overall, I don't change much off of last week. I don't say it's time to jump off the ship. I think these are two horrific defenses, really bottom scraping. I mean, Charlotte's defenses, I can't emphasize how much they give up. They give up 44, 45% overall success rate to the other passing offenses. I mean, you can't get worse than that. You got to dig into the UConns and the Monroes to get lower. So this game should be, assuming it should be like one of those shootouts that we've seen WKU engage in and Charlotte engage in all year long. I think if we, 30s for each team, this should be a back and forth game. I don't really care about one game losing it. This is where you get it back, baby.
So, I need to ask you one question, because you told me yesterday or the day before that you've been watching game film on every EuroLeague hoops matchup. I'm not sure if you have certain days that you pull that off. Did you see about an hour ago, I'm not sure if this is even EuroLeague, but Kostas Sloukas, he hit a game winner for Olympiakos. Did you see it?
I did see that. I had I had Olympiakos -3/-3.5. They were up by 14 at halftime, and then scored nothing. I mean, these EuroLeague games, they play 10-minute quarters. But they're really like adult college basketball. The totals are in the 140s, 150s all the time. This is just the dirt scoring. So yeah, up 14.5, choking it all back. Fenerbahce was up late. I didn't see that Sloukas was the one who threw it in, but he's actually done a really great job for Olympiakos this entire year. I did follow that. Yeah, well, I mean, the EuroLeague stuff, there's only...
I was just going to say, someone texted me and said that it was a revenge game. So did Sloukas play for Fenerbahce before, and now he's on Olympiakos, and it was like a game winner against his former team?
I don't remember that off the top of my head, actually. It was a revenge game?
That's what he said. He hit a game winner stepping back.
He hit a game winner stepping back. I don't think so. I think he always played for... He's Greek, because Sloukas is a Greek guy. Actually, yeah, I think he might have played for... Yes, he might have played for Fenerbahce then.
We'll look it up
before
later.
I started betting it really heavily. Yeah, I think he might have... If he's saying that, I mean, there's no other revenge angle I could think of. I think that might have been like 2017, 2018 before I really got involved. But...
Got it.
That was brutal. Yeah.
All right, man. We love
Great
it right
basketball,
now.
though. Here, we talked about this before, where KBO is 1980s, 1990s MLB. I mean, for the people who complain about modern NBA and all their three-point shooting, you want to see people play defense. You want to see Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman type defense. Watch EuroLeague, man. The subscription is like $60 for the whole season. I think people would really like it if you ache for 1990s old school bad boys basketball. It's really, really slow.
And you can just watch it on delay, any of the games, so it works out nicely.
Yep. Exactly.
Cool, man.
Really nice.
Good luck this
All right,
weekend.
man.
Good to talk as usual. Take it easy.
You too. See ya.
See ya. Remember he did when he was in studio talk about KBO, and he would like follow along pretty intently. But he told me the other day he's been watching every single EuroLeague game because he's betting it. But there's probably stuff to pick up on like injuries. If you're actually following along, you can see the injuries. You're not reading the Greek, headlines and articles online or Twitter accounts. Anyways, so they give a nice edge there. Wanted to bring it up. Who's up on the line?
We got Jamie.
All right, Jamie. What's up, man? How are you doing?
Pretty good. Speaking of KBO, here I am.
You got Qwan a W? Let's get a winner for him.
I tried to talk him into it, and he told me he wasn't taking it.
I mean, after he loses so many, it's hard to convince the guy to keep firing. Or he watches all the winners just when he doesn't bet it. He's distraught.
I'm afraid of KBO now.
I think he's only lost like 2.
I just lost 1.
You've only lost actually one
I've
that you
only
bet?
played that one at one time.
Well, then you need to bet another one, pansy. All right, tell him what he's betting.
Yeah, 1. It was a winner. I told you it was going to be a winner.
Stone cold lock of the century of the year.
Every time you say that.
That's right.
What are you rolling with?
F5 minus a half came through. It was only 1-0. It was a little bit of a sweat, but
Ooh.
never in doubt. The guy threw like a no-hitter through 5. Qwan was afraid.
I'm looking at the 4 games
Anyways.
tonight. Which one is it that you're going with? Is it a run line?
Oh, no. I don't have anything for tonight. Their last 2 games of the season, kind of a weird slate. Plus, I'm going to keep firing to catch up on this leaderboard. Although, didn't Joey hit that like plus 300? Not a parlay, but was a parlay.
Yeah, plus 370. He's in first now. Ty already said he's sent in a what was the way he phrased it? I don't know. I have to pull up my hero guess. I got the DM. He said, I'm filing an appeal with the suits at LWC. So we'll see what comes of this. But
he's all right.
He's on the phone right now. Okay, cool.
I think he's got a solid appeal with the suits. So you better be careful that
get ugly.
The suits don't have tone on their side, because you might lose that case.
That's true. That's what Tone does. That he threw in your face for making 10 times the money. He's an attorney.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, what?
We haven't heard from him. Hope he's all right.
Yeah, he's just busy.
Oh,
he got tired of not getting
I
in.
thought you were being serious about the attorney stuff.
I mean, it's possible. He could represent Ty.
What type of law
He makes some good arguments.
would he practice?
He makes some good arguments. What type of law would Tone practice? He gives me the
consigliere.
Ambulance chaser vibes.
He's definitely a wartime consigliere.
What are you gonna bet, Jim? Are you gonna go with an NFL first TD like everyone else?
No. See, what I'm hoping, my strategy is to take all these plus 200, plus 300s, hope everybody else chips away their plus whatever, 5-6 units and just collapses, and I can surge up with like a plus 10, 12 unit weekend or something.
Yeah, if you just sweep it. Okay. Let's see.
It's unlikely, but that's what I'm going for. So give me North Carolina -7 plus 300.
I actually don't mind the North Carolina side some. Are they still getting like 3.5? There's 1-4 out there.
3.5, 4. I think there's some 4s out there if you shop.
Yeah. We'll give you the -7 plus 300. Okay.
Yep. It's a big.
There's a chance Notre Dame still stinks. I'm still pretty sure they do. They've just found ways to win most of their games, but you absolutely could be right here. It wouldn't surprise me if North Carolina drops 42 and Notre Dame's not catching up.
Yeah, I haven't bet it yet because I'm just kind of waiting, but I'll probably take North Carolina on the money line in some way, shape, or form. I don't think they should be plus 160. That's for sure.
No, I think you're right. I like it. And getting 3-1 on the 7 or more in a game that's going to be a lot of points, most likely. Got to go with it. We'll lock you in, man. Good luck.
All right. Thanks. Catch you guys later.
See ya. By the way, Qwan, I looked up our fantasy matchup now that I shifted around while Pikachu was doing his breakdowns. I got new quarterback, new defense, new kicker, subbed in 4 of my bench players that had the bye last week. I'm projected to beat you by 15. 25. 90 to 115, but you maybe need to adjust
just a little bit
your lineup, so we'll see. Maybe you can get it closer to 15.
Any given Sunday. We got a little drama brewing here.
Oh no.
Joey called in first, and Ty's on hold.
Dun dun dun. Put up the leaderboard. All right, this is the two kings at the top. All right, Joey, go ahead and put him through. Welcome to the show, man. What are you going to lock in for today or for the weekend?
No, well, I'm not sure how to play it. I want to just get another notch under my belt. I'm actually got tickets to the Coastal game tonight, but the weather is pretty shitty.
How bad is it? Can you please give us on the grounds.
So-
I think the unders moved too much. I like over now. Which, by the way, it moved a half
Yeah,
point up
I
since we
mean-
had the call with Nick.
It's looking like there's going to be some weather delays because lightning is
Lightning.
forecasted around 8 o'clock. So,
But
yeah.
are you like feeling a bunch of wind? Is it actually like sideways rain? Like what's it
is-
like right now?
It is gusty wind. It's not too crazy, but it definitely it'll be hard to throw downfield. But
Yeah.
I mean, Coastal should be able to run the ball easily anyway.
Now, Troy, part of the reason I kind of like Coastal as a side, too, is that Troy throws more frequently. And if that's going to be an exception with the weather, maybe we just lay the 7 teams better. I don't know. I can't figure it out, but my total projection is
Plus
quite
they're
a bit higher.
starting that other quarterback now, so it's probably like his toughest test all
Yep.
his career. So I'm going to go with the Coastal money line for my pick.
Take the free win, but not actually free. So I see minus 875 at Circa has the best price.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Easy enough. So Ty can basically bank on you being, what's it at, Qwan, plus 15.4 after this? Yeah, you'll be at 15.4. He needs about 2 units to take the lead. All right, man. Good luck tonight. If you go to the game or not, enjoy. We'll talk to you later.
All right, thank you. Take care.
See ya. Ty is on now, right?
Yes.
All right, Ty. You just got his free probably W. Have you thought this through? Break it down. You got the call last, which you kind of can now decipher what you want to do here.
Yeah. The Last Word Cheetah show from yesterday is under protest for the parlay without being a parlay that Joey put in. So, because if we're going to go DK or FanDuel lines, Connecticut has a special line this week where for every bet that takes the Patriots, the line moves in their favor. So you can currently get them at plus 27.5 in Connecticut.
You can take that if you want.
So, no, I'm not. I need.
Yeah,
more
you
than-
can. You
I need
can. It's
more
only
than-
worth 1 unit anyway, and he's going to get one tonight.
Well, not if Troy upsets him. I mean, maybe it's like a 12-9 game and Troy wins.
I find it unlikely, but you're right. It's not 0.
So I'm debating between 2 anytime TD scorers in the NFL game tonight, and
Okay.
the 2 guys being debated right now are Chase Edmonds, which I see as high as, 2-1 for anytime.
Yep, 2-1.
But I also, because of the wide receiver issues with Green Bay and they might be trailing, I also kind of like Randall Cobb.
Plus 225.
Which I see plus. Yeah. Can we spin the wheel?
Haha. He knows the secret. Yeah, we'll spin it. We're going to go between, just to double check, Edmonds and Cobb, right?
Correct.
All righty. You want to hit this?
It's coming.
All right. You can see if it. There we go. So blue is Edmonds, and this is the. It's like spinning in slow motion because there's some HBO Max thing here. Edmonds is the winner, though. I think people got it pretty well. You can see it. Sparkles, confetti. You're rolling with Edmonds, man. Or you could go against the wheel.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna roll with Edmonds, but I mean, this is what I have to do, correct? Like we're in agreement here that I need to make up 2 units.
You have to make them up at some point because Coastal's just like, 87% to win, or maybe a little less than that. So, you just have to assume he wins that, and you either have to make it up tomorrow or today. So taking a shot here, what's nice is if you lose, then you know where you're at going into Friday, and you can take a bigger shot there. So I think it's fine.
Sure. Does he have, Qwan, does he have anything pending for the weekend?
Ooh.
Joey.
There's a chance. Check Monday, Tuesday if he...
No, I think he played. I have him.
That spin was so weird.
Moneyline he
This
hit
is how it usually goes.
on Monday.
I feel like we need to respin. I just got a really bad feeling about the spin. It was like super slow. in jaggedy. Like, we're gonna have to redo yesterday's show. He already put an appeal for that. I don't want him to put an appeal in here for the wheel spin. Can we redo this, Qwan? Let's just try it again.
Nothing's pending.
It usually spins like this. Okay. It's Cobb now this time.
Oh.
It's gonna switch, but I think this is better. I have a better feeling about this. I didn't want two appeals in 2 days.
Let's roll with Randy Cobb then.
Yeah, I feel better about it too. I think you're right. They're going to be down. They're going to be throwing a lot. He's going to get the garbage TD at the end, and you're good.
There's nothing pending. Joey's all his bets have been
Okay, no pending. Then you're good there too.
All right, and if he scores, I will, and we assume Coastal wins. I will be back in first pending the results of the golf this week.
Slight lead. Yep, exactly.
Great, thanks, guys.
Patrick Reed is at
See ya, man.
-4 right now on the 17th.
He jumped into second. Yeah, the other guy's at -6. He actually bogeyed the last hole. Brandon Hagee was in first at -7. Now he's only -6. So Patrick Reed, we all should just know Tom Davis is going to win. We should all be firing Patrick Reed at like 7-1 or 6-1, whatever the price is after this round ends.
Evan says in the chat, we need one more spin to verify.
Look, the first one, it wasn't quite spinning. I didn't know if I didn't click it, but then the thing jumped and it was confetti and it looked like it worked. But the respin, usually it just spins like we got on the real one. So here's what's funny is when Cobb doesn't score and Edmonds does, Ty's going to appeal anyway. He's going to say, your guy, the host, had me respin. But look, the first one was janky. It didn't feel right.
Yeah.
We're good. I think Cobb's going to get it done. All right, that's it. By the way, we had a lot of people on Houston and Portland from Who Wants to Be a Betting Extraordinaire day 1 yesterday. The record for the amount of contestants on day 2 today will start in 2 minutes. We're going to get the question set up. It'll be on the separate stream we'll post here in a little bit. I think there's like 15 of them, 14 or 15. By far the most. This is if there was ever a chance for someone to make the full run to the 25K, it's this one. The most we've ever even had on a day 1, I think, was yesterday, but then usually it gets cut in half or worse. We're sitting at 15 or so. I want one of them to win. I'm going to also confirm when they're calling Qwan that they're actually winners, but the Braves lost, the Memphis Grizzlies lost. So you can track accordingly. This was Who Wants to Be a Betting Extraordinaire. Just kidding. That's up next. 2 minutes. We're going to be back with the stream on Bets TV.